our guest in studio, because today is Monday, and you know when we basically spotlight the best of the best. Oh yeah, he is our very own version of LV, man. He's our very own Luther Van Rossman back in the day.
Yeah.
When you first came on the Kitangoma, I'm like, oh yeah, this is some baby making music.
Thank you, Maji.
DIDGE is in the studio, so
I appreciate the welcome. Thank you.
DIDGE.
Yeah.
So, brother.
Yeah.
Now, sorry, Chagwan Lilako, you've got to pick either the original from 1993.
Yes.
It's a Wu-Tang with Clan,
yes.
Clan Cream, or this 2013 of Drake.
I'm an original piece all the way, so I'm gonna go Wu-Tang.
I love that.
36 Chambers 93 release.
Yes.
I like what Drake did with Jay-Z.
Yes.
You know, and Timberland.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the originals, so I'm gonna stick with the Wu-Tang.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And Abstract.
I'm gonna go with Drake. Actually, I'm gonna vote for this song based on the harmony of the beat.
And the chord progression is very nice.
So minus the lyrics, I listen to that song, the beat part alone.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just laugh. Yeah,
I like that because you guys, I'm totally at sea. Chord progressions.
I'm baggy clothes.
Yes.
Old school. Staten Island.
Right.
You know, so I've always been in love with the Wu. So
I love it.
Yeah.
So listen. So DIDGE and Abstract have voted. So I honestly, there I'll go because I love Drake.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Drake as well. So that is 2 votes.
Yeah,
okay.
2-1.
Okay. And you've got a vote as well. How do you vote?
Just go to our social, that is Spice FMKE on Twitter. Drop your vote then, 6 p.m. Top of the hour. That's when we let you know who has won the Rumble.
Yeah, so vote now. Get on that Twitter and do the damn thing. Now, speaking of which, it is the Monday, and this is when we have the artist spotlight. We've had the greats. We've had the greats from without. We've had, the Kenny Rogers, the Dolly Partons, the Abbas, the Boney M's, the Luther Van Rosses. But this is our very own Luther Van Ross. This is a cat,
that's a high bar.
Oh, no. But let me tell you what, bro.
High bar, bro.
Honestly, if you had Luther's platform, as in you was not here in
the 254,
as we call it, deep dark Africa. If they give you that stage there, you'd be on that platform. Please, our artist in the spotlight today, you know what? His breakout song, I bet you, Abstract, there are kids today who are running around courtesy of our guest in studio. Okay? It's called Baby Making Music in studio today. Artist Spotlight. We give you the one, the only, the great, the legend, DIDGE. Brother, we talk about we talk about breakout songs and coming out songs. Karibu sana, by the way.
Thank you.
Now, and as you said, we talk about Wu-Tang.
Yes.
And you're that guy because your sound was very un-Kenyan.
Alternative.
Alternative, you know what I mean?
To the core. Yeah.
You know, and when we had, and you was different because we had the Five Alives at that particular point in time. But no, and obviously Five Alive was made up of 5 different elements.
Exactly.
And, but there were no solo performers. Okay? Of course, but there were your
Kanjis, there were your Waire at the time, and obviously there was Harry.
Yes.
Yeah, but those guys are the ones who are, but to do modern soul, modern neo soul.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Them they were singing in the lingua franca. Okay? Or Waire's music, you call it what genre? Abstract.
Nowadays he's kind of jumped on the Gengeton reggae kind of vibe.
Yes. Yeah. Because Waire was always with, it's him and Naziz.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then when you sail, and then Mr. Kimani was on that, he's had his guitar. And then he was
on
singing
the country folk tip.
Bass. And then he was singing in even him in Okuyu.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And in Swap. But then you came up and you're like, okay, this is the kind of stuff that if you put it on, if a station is somebody's tuning in Stato, they'll actually understand what's going on. Take us through your musical journey now, DIDGE. I mean, when you started, because clearly you know music, okay? You write it, you produce it, where did it start?
The love started from home.
I like that.
Yeah, my dad and my mom were in the choir.
Okay.
So that influence came to my life from very early on.
Yes.
And then, it progressed into high school. Coming out of high school, I was in a hip hop group.
Yeah. What was it called?
And I can't remember at the time. The one that we went pitching demos with was called D&D.
Yes.
DIDGE and Die Hard.
Yes.
Shout out to Die Hard. He's in America right now working for Reuters.
Okay.
But Shiro Githunguri heard the demo, and she was able to take the demo to Ted Josiah, who heard the demo, and he was like, I want the guy who's singing. I don't want the guy who's rapping. At the time, we couldn't afford a guy we couldn't hire someone to come sing the song. So I said, I could sing.
Yes.
I could put my vocals on it.
Yes.
Put the vocals on the demo. So Ted was like, I want the guy who's singing. I don't want the guy who's rapping. Because it was all in New York, Brooklyn, rapping. And so he's like, dude, do you have a passport? I was like, no, I've never left the country. But he's like, you have such a heavy, wang. I'm like, I'm so into hip hop. But, I also love R&B. I love, soul music. And, my dad grew me up with soul music. Your Luther Vandross, as you said. Your Lionel Richie's. Yes. So in turn, he was like, I like your style of music. I like how you're singing, and I think there's something here. Let's focus on that. And from there, we launched our first single called Kitangoma, which was sponsored by the Coca-Cola Real campaign. So they heard the song. They said, wow, we like this. This is new. This is alternative. And the campaign is about music that's completely different from what we're used to, and we'd like to sponsor you or partner with you to make sure that the song becomes bigger than usual. And we did our thing. That was good.
And what year was this? That was early this millennium.
This is
right,
2003.
Exactly.
Late 2003 to 2004. So the whole of 2004 I was touring the country. I was enjoying the Coca-Cola money. So that was good.
And that was the album that also had that's where the Sanape, is it Blue 3? No, what were they?
No. Sema?
Sema.
They were completely from a different camp.
Right.
We're in Blue Zebra. I was signed to Blue Zebra. They were signed with Homeboys at the time. So
no, but it all came together on that particular Coke.
No. The Coke album. You're right. We all came together. But I wasn't. They just picked songs from different labels.
I see.
So it was like a mixtape. For the Coca-Cola Real campaign.
So this is now 2003, 2004. So we want to play. So this is the breakout song. And Abstract, I'm sure we've got it lined up. Okay. And then we went from Kitangoma. That was 2 or 3, yeah?
2, 3 and 2 or 4.
And then we, enjoyed that Coca-Cola money.
Exactly.
Then what came next, Prof?
Well, television, a few more singles than television, which was an incredible, platform because, in fact, with Standard Media Group.
Right.
We pitched a demo for a TV show called VP. And they loved it. So I was with Mongolo. In fact, I should say that. I should say Mushimio. Yes. Former MCA. Well, former councillor.
Yes.
Mongolo. So we did the VP show, and that took off. One of the biggest shows the studios had. So we enjoyed that too. So that was next. From there, I was planning the album, which was called Vintage Swahili, my debut album.
I love it.
So planning the album took, I think, 5 years. But in between I was doing television, and obviously the most popular thing that broke me out to Africa was Project Fame. Where we went to South Africa for the first reality show that happened in South Africa, the musical reality show with Kaz. And so the whole voting and enjoying Kenyan contestants. Then came back and kept doing the music, and the album came out. Vintage Swahili, Sazingina came out, which was now my biggest song to date. Well, what people consider the biggest song, but exactly.
I love it. So, do you know what? So when you listen to DIDGE's story, clearly, because in terms of his musical background and the discography, bruv, now, of course, because it's 2023, we've got, like we were talking earlier on, the Calligraph Jones are touring. The Sauti Souls are also touring as well. But, when you talk about back in the day, you had them mushrooms would go out and then they'd find they stay out, then they come back. But in terms of shining the spotlight, in this modern contemporary world, I think you're the first one, because also the Five Alives would go and come back. And then remember we also had the Heartstones of this world, right, bruv?
Yeah.
So you know what? So shining that spotlight and literally putting not at he's gone, because Hudson went and he went.
Yeah. Okay. And I think he was one of the first guys to actually just and obviously Kalamashaka.
That Bas,
who we have to give props because MAU Double. Well, I'm such a hip hop fan, as I mentioned.
Yes.
They also were some of the first people to leave the country. Your Unasis, your Susanna Wheels, all those people left the country and they were just sending back vibes for the 254. So to be able to do that with R&B music, that was a big deal for me.
I love it,
and I wish that the socials were there, like
now as they were then, right?
It would have been amazing,
And when you talk about our artists in the spotlight, you know what? So there he was, and then Shiro Gimanguri Yani had basically his demo, and she's like, whoa. Ted Josiah, Blue Zebra Records, you guys, you've got to hear this. And Ted Josiah, so legend has it, you know what? I want the singer, not the rapper.
Exactly.
The rest, as they say, is history. It's Monday. It is the 4 o'clock hour where we showcase the best of the best for the past, the present, and indeed the future. He's in the studio, and this is the first time we've actually done it live. So let's make welcome to our very own DIDGE.
Yes,
is in the studio.
I appreciate it so much,
my brother.
I like pioneering. I like breaking ground.
And it's all about breaking ground, cuz. Because, by the way, so that was Sazingine.
Yes.
And then we started with your debut single, Kitungoma.
Yes.
And those two, and you're right. Okay, it's fine. And Abstract, when we say that clearly, your business, your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Is playing music.
Yes.
And do you agree with DIDGE that it is Sazingine that's the one, that one when you play, that's the one?
Yeah, a lot of people actually resonate with that.
Yes. Yeah?
Even, you see, the best thing about your time, even you on radio, is that you worked on something called longevity.
Yeah.
I don't know if
that's a great point.
Maybe you didn't know when you're doing it.
Timeless music.
But you can actually
that it is timeless. Right?
Because like if you go to a club and play such vibes, even the Gen Zs will vibe to you like some even sing word to word.
Okay. And DIDGE, you said that your producer then.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously we're talking about Ted Josiah.
Yes.
And he said, Baba, listen. And famously, you said it just now today. I want the singer, not the rapper. So have you been in that now? You've had your blinkers on since then, and that is direction that you've gone, because even clearly you could rap. Yeah. But I've seen that even when you collaborate with other wasani, you don't, you don't, even now you don't do your own rap, even though you can. You get a quote unquote rapper to get him.
Yes.
Yeah. So has it been since then that has basically stuck in your kiongos? You're like, you know what? We're not doing this.
I mean, if we're discussing about how you multi-layer the gift,
that one.
It's making sure that you go with what works. Vintage Swahili, the debut album, we wanted it to be a Swahili soul album, and we strictly wanted to focus on vocals, great arrangement, fantastic musicians coming to studio, great instrumentalists. So we wanted to focus on that. In terms of me being playful and playing with other musicians, working with people like Kolo, working with people like Calligraph, Christoph, that brings out the fun side in me, the 125s, the Mike Ruas. I like playing with them because that takes me back to the day of, I have bars, but now I can do them in singing version. And we just gel and create that. So I always wanted, when someone listens to a song, they know that that's DIDGE. Distinctively that's DIDGE.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? Now when we say, distinctively, that's DIDGE. This started, let's just, for if you just joined us, by the way, you need to be live streaming this. How do you do that?
Just go to our social, that is www.spicefm.co.ke,
and then come on a swali or comment for our artists in the spotlight. DIDGE, what you do,
that will be Spice FM KE on both Facebook and Twitter. The hashtag to use is definitely Spice Drive, or better dial the number 0719012600.
All right, now you know what, Alex Lumadede, how you doing, my brother? I hope you trust you had a great weekend. Alex is going to comment there.
Yeah, Alex commented on Twitter. He said, DIDGE, it's been a minute, bruv. You know what the sight of you brings, just taking me back in real time. Pioneers of Kenya music. Good job.
Okay.
But there's a one I like here. Some guy by the name of Debbie Kemu. He says, "Quite, you ought to be comparing DIDGE to Donnell Jones."
Yeah, I knew that was going to come up.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, because and what did you think? What do you think?
Yeah,
when you
actually,
true.
Well, look wise,
yeah,
because I did the the paperboy hats.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah.
I remember. Yeah, this is our very own DJ.
Yeah, with the knitted Marvins and stuff. So it was a soulful era. It was a breakout time.
That's a lady, right?
Yeah.
Abstract. That's a lady, yes?
Debbie Kebo, yes.
Okay, yeah, Debbie. So Musical Safari, this is 2003, 2004.
All the way to 2006 now with the Vintage Swahili album coming out.
Buzz.
Then I jumped into movies with our very own Onorikahu.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Now, how does, obviously, if you're in the arts, you're an artist.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So it's not really a long stretch.
Yes.
But how does that happen in 2006, brother? Just
she was writing a script for Nazizi's bio,
Bus.
like a movie based on Nazizi's life.
Wow.
And we were in studio, and she was like, "Okay." In fact, the first movie that I did was with Wiry. It was called the Weddings. I forget the title. But in fact, let me forget the title. We'll find it on the socials. But with it was called Rastar.
Yes.
With Nazizi.
Yes.
So she was like, I'd like you to stretch your artistry, just prove that you can do way more with your creativity.
I love that.
She gave me a script and went into the movies. We had an Indian DOP. I was doing martial arts in the movie. So
wow.
You just have to go find it in the archives. Yeah, so that was brilliant. And then from there, I went into radio, which was amazing.
Yeah.
We were colleagues.
Yes, we were colleagues. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
DIDGE is actually brilliant at this one. When when somebody's in the game and then you're like, hey, this one can actually spar, we go toe to toe.
Yep.
That for me.
Oh man, that's a compliment from Quach. Oh wow.
Yeah. But then funny, let me tell you,
Shukran. Oh wow.
You see, let me tell you, funny thing I've heard from many students. Some I'm very sure you never know he's the benchmark.
Yeah.
To anyone who
anyone who does radio.
To mine again.
Yes.
Like I want to be Quach.
Exactly.
So that's
right.
Yeah. So him telling you that.
Oh, the OGs.
Yes.
Yeah, they were with the game in radio.
Right.
But it felt good to be in radio late night, and that was amazing.
There we go, bro.
And so the idea that you're doing romantic music and you have a romantic late night show, that also just did wonders for my career.
I remember that because honestly, you not only do identify with the music, you also then identify with your audience directly.
Exactly,
brother.
Yeah.
And so when you look at it, and Kevin, I don't know if you agree with that, because then you have then encompassed and encapsulated the full spectrum of when we talk about the art.
The artist.
Yeah, the artist, because then your audio, even back these days there's
television, yes,
and what do I call them, tandao. But then there, I mean, you've done the stage,
yes,
in front or behind the camera,
yes,
and then also
the editing,
yes, that to microphone as well,
yes. I've even scripted videos.
There we go.
For some popular musicians, from DIDGE to Harry Kimani's Haya.
Oh,
that's my work.
I didn't know.
Really?
Yes. Ted was like, "Hey, write the script, shoot it. I'm busy doing something else." Ted has like a stack of things to do, so it's like, I trust you, and you've been there. You know what to do. Let's go.
Right.
Tell me when we're shooting. I'll be there. So it's been an interesting life.
Yes,
it's been an interesting journey. For in my 20s, that was amazing.
Then I've got to ask you, because then we're going to play a song and then get into the news, bruv.
Yes.
Then we get back, but. Now that you've done all of that from South Africa,
yes,
to Coke, to coming out basically as your coming out song,
yes,
then you do the movies, bruv.
Yep.
And then also then you get back and you're behind the camera, you're DOP, you're doing all of these things, the radio.
Where did you What did you go to?
To me, I think music, it's like a duck to water that comes naturally.
Exactly.
To you.
Absolutely.
So, on the other facets, brother, DIDGE, which one did you find most challenging? The other facets.
Most challenging creatively?
Yeah, creatively. Okay, let me not put words in your mouth, because coming up with and I was about to use the S word, yani poo-poo. But coming up with good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I was about to say the good.
Yeah.
That cannot be easy. Or is it just, I know that was going to be a bang.
No, Ted had a saying, garbage in, garbage out. So whatever you listen to, whatever influences you, you know, as I said, my dad raised me with good music.
I love it.
And being in studio with someone like Ted, even writing an album, during the Vintage Swahili album, I bought kamusis. I went to the coast. I stayed at the coast for like 3 months. You know, to learn the culture so that you don't make fun of just using words just to finish a song. You know, you immerse yourself in the language. So it's research, it's understanding exactly what you're doing and knowing that you want to give quality more than you just want to release, you know, every time you're popping up. I wanted every time that you do a project, people be like, yo, I need to buy that.
I like that.
Not I need to download it or I need to buy it.
I like that.
Yeah. So that's the culture that I come from. So what challenged me the most, I would say, would be acting. That is tricky.
Kevin, I knew you was going to go there. Did you think he was going to go there, bro?
No.
Where did you think DIDGE was going to go? Which aspect do you think to him did you assume that he was going to say was the most challenging?
I think most is curating, just coming up with the lyrics.
What? Bruh, that's like that's
like
work to me. Oh wow!
You see, you know why? I in my head some time back I said, Kwani is yet I can just sing a song. I can't even write past one line.
Right. It's tricky, but if you have content within you, because as a substance writer, more than just topic or mimicking, you really have to. If I have the subject within me, it's very easy to write a song. You know, at the time, Vintage Swahili, I was deeply in love. So writing love songs comes naturally. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna hang it there because at the time he was past tense deeply in love. So now I know the ladies are
steady, oh boy, steady.
Whoa!
You say that?
No, because you know now maybe now
definitions are different.
Yes, exactly.
Because was is and
am
exactly.
Yeah. So listen, we're gonna play a song. We're gonna intro a song, then go into the news. Okay. Then come out of another one. So what can we play now, bro?
I love collabos, and one of my favorite rappers in this country in the 254 is Kolo.
Right.
I'm a fan of the Kleptomaniacs.
Yes.
But I was very close to Kolo at a certain point, and we were constantly in studio. We did songs like Masupa, and this one is called Kipusa, which we had fun with. So yeah, this is the next one.
All right, we're talking about DIDGE himself. He says that this is a song that when you were in the valley, I like that. Yeah. This is the song that Yani at to private weddings you would. This is a song requested.
Private functions, people get my number and you hear, hey, do you still perform? You know, I'm like, right now, hiatus. You know, I was in a dark place. And I'm like, okay, sure. Which song would you like? Send us a couple of you. But obviously, Sazingine. But then when I send the song, it was the one that they request for. And a cappella with maybe acoustic a cappella. They really love it. So I've done a couple of anniversaries. I did a private wedding. So that was good. That kept me afloat. Kept me flush for a while, bruv.
I tell you, no, you know, and this even I know how this song Yani it must be, and it resonates so well because even the editor of the Nairobian, CEO Charles Otieno himself, he came running upstairs. You've seen him dancing all the way up the staircase. And he says, "What's up, man?" And you're gonna obviously
the CEO,
the CEO. We're gonna be catching up with him in a bit. Now, when you talk about this valley, bruv, when is this, by the way?
This is we're going into late 2010, 2009 into now. You know.
Oh yes, because this is now the period we had left radio.
Exactly. This is now into 2011 where I'm leaving radio. And you know, I'm like. I lost my firstborn, and that broke me. So, and then I lost my job. And then I was like, now what happens? Now you're jumping into the world, you know, real time. It's more about entrepreneurship, find a job, start a family. And you're trying to figure it out. And music, I'd given it a break because it's now a period of like 4 years, 5 years. So I'm just using, you know, the steam or cloud from the previous years to kind of sustain myself into a new family. So
because now you're like that of
now I'm daddy.
Yeah, so that one it's like nothing new is coming up, so you're just being introduced as the legend.
Exactly. Which you're trying to explain to people. I have new music, but they're like, no, we want this one. Yes. That's fine. But before that catches on, please give us this one and this one and this one.
That was a bit frustrating.
It was, but you need to live, and at the time things were becoming completely difficult. And then I went into, obviously, any creative, once you crash and you're trying to figure it out. You self-soothe. I got into a mental state, which we're going to talk about, the new festival that I'm working with. It's a great company, and it's a great initiative to talk to musicians about, or anyone in the arts, that it could be mentally challenging sometimes to be in the arts, especially if you're not making it, And Pastor YPJ talks about it when he says, once you've tasted greatness and now you get to a certain point where things are not working out, most musicians go into a certain depression, or artists or actors.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who it is. If you're in the arts, sometimes it can be very straining because you need to create. Andre 3000 talks about it when he says, if I'm not creating, I feel crazy.
Right.
And I thought that was a joke. I'm too strong for that. Oh, bro, it caught up with me.
Right.
Family was really affected, and at the time I was just my second born. I just come into the world, and I'm thinking to myself, where am I? Then you're now discarding assets. You're now saying, okay, I need to survive. I need to get here. We need to move from here. Can't be living in a mansion with 3 cars. Now you have to scale down. And that scaling down affects that creative process. You're in studio, but I'm self-medicating. I'm not doing anything. I'm producing songs, yes, but I'm in a crazy mental state, and that really affected my music at that time period. But also, I would say that some of my best songs, which are coming up next year, in the album I was talking to you about, that's where most of the darkest R&B, where the pain of being in love, but you're feeling like you're strained. That kind of music came from that.
Let's
valley.
Because I wanted to go back there. Right, because clearly we're out of the valley now. And
we're climbing slowly.
Pole, as they say. Dogo.
Because I want it to last now.
Right.
I don't want quick fixes. That was another problem.
Okay.
You're fixing things quickly, and then they break down immediately. You fix one thing, another thing is breaking. So
So we're in love again.
Yeah.
And you said at that time, you were writing that soulful, romantic music because you were in love.
Yes.
It's different loves, I'm assuming.
Well, you do realize that there are different phases of love.
You just
because
that's deep. No, are you just nodding your head? I'm
actually taking notes.
When you're hooking up with someone, you're in love. You're infatuated. It's fabulous. It's amazing. Colors are different. Food tastes different. And then you get to know someone, and now you're not in love. You're more. You're just you're in the space of love,
right?
You're in love, then you love someone,
right?
Okay, you're not in love anymore. Now you just love someone, you care for them, and now it goes into caring. Like, I love this person forever, but I could do without.
And that's the stage that CEO and myself are in now. You see,
exactly.
You found your soulmate.
And when I speak to the old gods, the kind of wisdom that I've received about love, every one of them is like, young man, you have to get to your valley. An OG of mine, I really appreciate him. He told me, now you know where the landmines are. Now the decision is yours. You know where to step, and you know how to approach
it. Sharp.
Don't come here. You were saying about love. You're cute. Or like, who you? Ataumwa.
Right.
Yes. Right. And it happened, but in a way, I'm the type of person who's completely resilient. And I will say, my resilience wasn't tested at any point in my life.
Brilliant.
Since Kitangoma, since the journey began, I've never been tested. Okay. Any point that someone feels
So what kind of love songs are we writing now? I was about to shrub all of that.
It's all right. Welcome back.
Considering all these phases of love that we've been through, bruv.
Exactly. I would say that now it's about, just understanding love for what it is. Sometimes love is definitely pain. And the painful part of it, that's exactly what I'm expressing and I'm offering in my art in the coming year. And I hope it doesn't, demoralize anyone. But it kind of gives you a great picture of don't be naive.
I like that.
Yeah, the shame of naivety sometimes could be
DIDGE, bro, before you tell us about what's coming up, because you've got some great stuff that's coming up. You said early, Valentine's next year.
Yes.
But, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, bruv. Is the DIDGE of Sazingine, considering what we've been through, is it still here? I'm talking about the music.
Residue-wise?
The artist.
He's somewhere in there.
Right.
Yeah, pen game is strong. Still writing the same way.
That's an pen game. Yeah,
yeah, pen game is strong. I'm writing the same way. I have a format in terms of presenting or offering my art, but I would say that was a very naive DIDGE.
Yeah.
That was a completely naive DIDGE.
Yeah.
And as much as he was innocent and beautiful and light in his thinking, the DIDGE now is the reality DIDGE, qua ground DIDGE.
I love it. Listen, bruv, the producers in the cans, apparently you've got to, you're a busy man.
Yes.
Listen, so tell us, now we're focusing, February's just around the corner.
Yes. And
Abstract.
Yeah.
So one of us is proposing.
Yep.
That's you.
Steady, steady. I say steady. Get yourself in order.
You know what's on the horizon?
We're working on. There's a project that we're working on. It's called Cradle Arts. Okay. You can go check out the IG, their socials.
Tell us it's
on IG. It's Cradle_art.
CRAD.
Yeah, Cradle. Cradle, just like
arts, one word.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And on Twitter, I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah. Okay.
They crushed me one time.
Wow.
Kenyans on Twitter. They did a number.
You're like the former president.
Is it?
Twitter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. So it's IG. It's Cradle_Arts. Twitter. It's Cradle_Arts. It's basically a festival where people come to talk about the mental strain that is in music, and it's highlighting the stigma around
abstract. This can work for
mental
us,
illness. Yes.
When is this, please, bro?
I can't give out the dates, but I'm definitely coming back. This is family.
Cool.
Yeah, this is family.
Actually, I'll volunteer.
Yeah.
You let me know what you want.
Cool.
I'll give you.
Oh man, that's already
very
amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're together on this one.
Definitely.
And so that's the festival.
Yes.
And
the music. Yeah, the music. Hopefully for Valentine's. Something amazing for Valentine's. I've always wanted to do something for Valentine's.
Gotta give us a tease, bro.
Yeah. A tease.
Yeah, as in new stuff, Nini, a title, song.
Okay. For the song that you're about to play, it's in the same. Yes, it's in the same type of
Oh man! Yes. And you said the first time that's happened. Every Monday we showcase musical legends, and the first time we've actually had the legend here in studio. As it happens, oh man, DIDGE is coming out of the valley.
Yes.
And this festival is happening early next year, bro.
Well, we're hoping for late this year.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but we're talking. We'll be in talks. I'll let you know. I'll definitely be in touch. But people can check out the content and the information at the IG handles.
You're not on Twitter, but
I'm definitely on IG at DIDGE the Singer.
Right.
Yeah. Someone mentioned that DIDGE the Singer, and you never post anything saying. Yeah. Does it matter? See,
no.
Go on YouTube.
Yeah. Surely.
Yeah.
Single man started off back in the day when Shiro Gunguri basically had the guy's demo, then basically told Ted Josiah, I have a legend. Josiah Ted told him, Chief, I want the singer, not the rapper.
Yep.
The rest, as I say, is history. 2003, 2004, Coca-Cola. Through that, we went down to South Africa.
Yes.
Came Mike Style making beautiful music here, then also now became a legend, not only in front of, but behind the camera as well. Did stuff for Harry Kimani.
Yes.
And
video.
And
short movies with Wanuri.
Nazizi.
Yes.
And with Wanuri. That's the hardest facet, by the way, for him is acting.
Yeah.
Abstract. You find acting easy, don't you?
No.
No, those nights when you are aware and then you say you are working and then you see in the morning, see, that's easy, right?
Yeah.
He handles
pretending.
The scripts.
DIDGE,
yes,
thank you so much,
I appreciate
brother.
the platform, Quatch. I'm such a fan. You know this from way back in the day. I appreciate Abstract. I love Spice FM. That's also something, you know what I'm talking about. So I love the yo. Shout out to the CEO.
Oh no, Charles.
Hey, was he gonna say anything?
No. You know, CEO. He speaks with the pen.
Oh yes, he signs checks.
Yeah, because the pen is king. You see what I did there? Our CEO is here in the studio as well. But listen, so intro this song, Baba, before you go.
This song is called "You Got Me Sexy." It's featuring Christoph and Calligraph, some of the baddest young men to come into the game. And I thought, let me play around with them, and we came up with something a while back, and it's out. So I hope people enjoy it and look forward to the music.
I love it.
As I say, coming soon is out of fashion, so just look out for great music.
I love it, brother. DIDGE.
Yeah.
In studio.
Bless.
Twende kazi.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing?
Spice FM.